And Portland, 2 picks, as I mentioned, in the lottery, and the first one is in. Time to go to the stage now. The commissioner, David Stern, about to announce Portland's move in this NBA draft.
With the 6th pick in the 2012 NBA draft, the Portland Trail Blazers select Damian Lillard of Weber State University.
What a rise for the guard from Oakland, California, who played at Weber State. Weber State not really in the front of the consciousness in college basketball. Lillard didn't face a team in the top 25 while playing for the Wildcats, but boy, did he put up some impressive numbers. He finished 2nd in the nation in scoring, 24.5 points per game, handed out 4 assists per game, shot nearly 41% from 3, and now he has an opportunity to lead the Portland Trail Blazers as a guard out of Weber State.
Well, tremendous range on his shot. His range is essentially in the building. He averaged close to 25 points a game, 2nd in the NCAA in scoring, but also 2nd in free throw attempts. You know, he gets to the free throw line, does a really good job off of pick and rolls. He can attack the lane. An excellent athlete that does not shy away from contact. Understands how to finish plays, got a runner and floater in the lane, and does, I think, a very good job of handling the ball. Yeah, he's a willing passer. He's taken a little bit of criticism of, did he do a good job of finding people off of pick and rolls? It wasn't like he played with Kentucky's players now. He had some good teammates and everything, but it wasn't, you know, a high level of athlete that he was playing with, and was a very good leader, but he was expected to score a lot of points. And I thought he made very good decisions in ball games. You know, he didn't play against great competition. That's the one thing you could say, well, how does that translate? But I think he's going to translate very well into the NBA. And he's a good defender. I think he's got the ability to play defense in the NBA. He's got good length, pretty decent size for a point guard, and obviously can get off the floor. Damian Lillard is a good kid, good player, and has a chance to be a good leader as a point guard over time in the NBA. He's going to have to figure it out like everybody else, but he can play.
Lillard, a veteran guy, the draft thus far has been dominated by the youngsters. It has rarely been dominated by players from the Big Sky Conference. Lillard becomes a first rounder and the first one out of the Big Sky since Rodney Stuckey went to Detroit from Eastern Washington. Michael Ray Richardson out of Montana went to the Knicks, 4th overall back in '78. And Damian Lillard is standing by with Mark Jones. Jonesy?
Damian, you're from Oakland. That city has a great history and lineage of guards. Gary Payton, Brian Shaw, Jason Kidd. You told me you spoke with a couple of those guys. What did they tell you about being successful at the next level?
GP never really talked to me about being successful, but not GP, but Brian Shaw, he, gave me a lot of pointers about being a point guard in the league and, just some things that I should expect.
All right, congratulations. Reese, back to you.
All right, Mark, Damian Lillard, the 6th player picked. And, you look at all of these guys, terrific college careers. Sometimes it's difficult to ascertain which guy you should take. And for that, we go over to Tom Penn, who used to run the draft for the Trailblazers, front office for the Grizzlies. All that advanced analytics, Moneyball for basketball. How do you use it, Tom, to make picks?
It's important in all decisions. In Portland, it's been critical for a while. All this data is available. Damian Lillard, every offensive possession of the year. When does he go left? When does he go right? Isolation, pick and roll, spot up. Nothing more important in Portland than pick and roll offense. So let's go deeper into Damian's pick and roll, matched with LaMarcus Aldridge, an all-star power forward, an excellent pick and roll player. In college, he's in the 91st percentile, producing 1.1 points per game when he keeps the ball and shoots it. How about that passing, Jay Billis? You talked about it. 72nd percentile. Compare those two to Steph Curry, another small college player. He was in the 46th, 31st percentile. And then spot-up shooting. He can shoot it on his own. 96th percentile this year. Compare that to Eric Gordon, another converted combo guard. He was in the 30s, the mid-30s. This player can score the ball. He can run the pick and roll. Critical in Portland.
And Tom mentioned Steph Curry. His team, Golden State, is on the clock right now with the 7th overall pick. Well, let me ask you about these numbers from a coach's perspective. How much stock do you put in that versus what you see just when you watch the tape?
Well, I think you try to do it both ways. I think you try to look at a guy and see if he can play. And numbers sometimes can be skewed by a number of things. But the numbers give you pause to think if you think a guy is either better or worse, and the numbers dramatically contradict that, it brings you back to give it a second look. And so I think those numbers are very important.
When you look at Lillard, the fit with the Trailblazers, what do you think?
I think it's a good fit. You know, they needed a shooter. That Ray Felton and Jamal Crawford both shot 40% or less last year as their point guards. That made it tougher on LaMarcus Aldridge and all the guys that like to play near the basket. So I think Lillard can come in and be a nice fit.